Colby Covington was in the building. Does that seem like the fight to make now? I mean, obviously the history there.
It's the fight to make. Yeah, he's the #1 guy in the world. And, you know, Usman's thing was he didn't want him to be the backup. He's like, I want Masvidal, then I want a camp, and I'll take him again. And, you know, he's like, I'm going to start lapping these guys. But for him to really cement your legacy, you know, when you go in and you beat the guys who are looked at as the best in the world at that time, and you beat them twice, and you beat them convincingly, you know, it's all just part of cementing that legacy that this guy's going to end up having someday.
I get to Kamaru in a second. What do you do with Jorge next? Nobody's really talked about that since we didn't expect what we just saw to happen.
I don't know. I don't know what's next for him. We'll see. But, you know, Kamaru Usman has cemented, you know, his legacy as one of the greatest ever in that division.
If he calls you up next week from his home in Dallas and says, hey, I want a super fight, do you think he's done enough to earn it? Since I know he had
Colby Covington's next. Colby Covington deserves the next shot. I said it the other day, and I'll say it a million more times. The fight with him and Colby Covington is one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Those two stood in there toe-to-toe, blasting each other until, you know, Colby went down with a broken jaw. He's not afraid to trade with anybody. He's not afraid to stand with anybody. If he has to wrestle, he wrestles. He's become an unbelievable, well-rounded fighter, one of the greatest ever, and on his way to possibly being the best ever.